In the heart of Accra, the sun beat down relentlessly on the corrugated roofs of the factory district, where the hum of machinery once filled the air with a promise of progress. Kofi Mensah, a wiry figure with a determined gaze and hands calloused from toil, stood at the gates of the factory, watching as the world he had painstakingly built crumbled before him. At just 24, he had believed in the power of hard work, in the dreams that danced like flickering candle flames within him. But when the factory closed, it was as if the very light of his aspirations had been snuffed out. The days stretched long and weary. With every tick of the clock, Kofi felt himself sinking deeper into a pit of despair. Gone were the days of steady income. Now, temporary work sprinkled through his calendar like a cruel joke. Each evening, he returned home with empty pockets and a heart heavy with unfulfilled potential. Friends, once side by side, moved forward in life, their laughter echoing in his ears like a bittersweet melody, while he remained behind, a silent observer of their successes. "What are you doing now?" they asked, their voices filled with genuine curiosity, and Kofi would muster a smile, masking the turmoil within. How long could he keep this up? As if life had conspired against him, Kofi's burdens grew heavier. The day his mother fell ill was etched into his mind like a scar. The starkness of the hospital bills consuming his meager savings. Each sacrifice, his phone, his tools, felt like tearing apart pieces of his soul. These were not merely items. They were the very tools tied to his dreams, reminders of a future he had hoped to build. But Kofi was not lazy, nor was he lacking talent. Rather, he was fighting against the cruel hand of timing. Yet, amidst the chaos, Kofi clung to one unwavering rule: never stop learning. By day, he took on any job he could find, be it manual labor or odd jobs. By night, he transformed his dimly lit room into a sanctuary of growth, where he sketched blueprints and practiced his craft by candlelight, determined to keep the flicker of hope alive. Years rolled by, each day blending into the next, until Kofi reached 32, an age that brought with it a whisper of opportunity. It arrived quietly, in the form of a broken conveyor system at a nearby factory. Experts had thrown in the towel, but Kofi, fueled by desperation and determination, stayed back. He studied the mechanics, improvised with creativity, and, against all odds, he fixed it. That single act of defiance against fate changed everything. In the aftermath, contracts began to trickle in, short at first, then steadily growing. Kofi experienced real income for the first time in years, and with it, he reclaimed his tools, the symbols of his rebirth. 2 years later, he stood proudly, the owner of a small workshop, an echo of the dream he had buried deep in the shadows of despair. Success was not instantaneous. It was a slow and steady climb. Kofi became a beacon of trust within the community, mentoring apprentices, sharing knowledge, and nurturing the next generation of dreamers. His workshop blossomed into a registered engineering business, a testament to resilience and wit. By the time he reached 40, Kofi had achieved what once seemed impossible, not because life had been kind to him, but because he had refused to quit. Today, when people ask how he made it through the storm, Kofi smiles, his voice steady and filled with conviction.
Life delayed me, but it didn't deny me.
I kept showing up, even when nothing was working. His journey reminds us all that sometimes our breakthroughs are simply delayed, not denied.